and welcome to my channel. Today I have something that is not necessarily something you need to use for Christmas, but with Christmas close at hand, it is something that you might want to make at the last minute to put on your Christmas tree. And it's this little mini album. I open it up, you'll see that it has these unfolding pages like this, but that's not all. Flip it around and you have more places where you can put memories of 2021, perhaps for yourself, for your family. Maybe you're going to give this as a gift to someone so they can put it on their tree, so you could personalize it with photographs and mementos, whatever you like inside. I think that would make a nice addition to a tree. It's got a little loop here that you could hang onto the branch or put another little hook on there. It isn't very difficult to make, and if you want to learn how to do it, stick with me and I'll show you how. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. One piece is cut at 2 5/8 by 10 1/2, and the other is 2 5/8 by 11 inches. So I'll score the 11-inch one first. And what you want to do is, on the long side, score at every 2 5/8. So 2 5/8, then 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and then 10 1/2. And that will give you a 1/2 inch glue tab. For the 10 1/2 inch piece, again, scored at 2 5/8, at 5 1/4, and at 7 7/8. So you don't have a glue tab on this one. So you just have those 4 panels there, and you have those 4 panels here, plus your glue tab. And that's all the scoring. You need to attach these two, and to do that, you're going to place your adhesive here along this 1/2 inch tab, and then take your other piece and then just come right over top of that, up to that score line. Give it a press. You can hold on to there and turn it over. And then work on it from the other side as well. So give that a moment to dry. And I'll tell you now that for the covers, you're going to need 2 pieces of something like a lightweight chipboard or a cereal packet, or in this case, what I've done is just take 2 pieces of craft card and glue them together, and pretty much get the same consistency as lightweight chipboard. And these 2 pieces are cut at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So now we can go ahead and start to fold and burnish these. And what I'm going to do is just start with a valley fold, and then a mountain fold, like so. So accordion style folding, like that. And as you go along, you can keep working those score lines to help this card train itself to go where it needs to. This also does not have a spine. It is going to be closed with some ribbon, and if you want to use it as an ornament, there will be a little ribbon loop as well. So just go around again. Like so. And there we have the basis for our album. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to the back side where the join is here. And on this panel, the last one here and this one here, I'm just going to put an X. And the reason I'm doing that is going to be my reminder not to mat these two panels, because these are the panels where the cover is going to be attached. The cover is going to come on here like that. So now we can start our decorating. And what I've got here is a few pieces that I've already cut out that I think I may be using. I might do a little bit of changes as I go along, but I have got my mat pieces, which are 2.5 by 3.5, that can go here like that. And then I have a layer piece. Now I may not use all of these, or I may even use some of just the plain ones, because this is where you can mount either a photograph or, some other, ephemera of some kind, some image, maybe a sticker, whatever you like, because you're going to, make a story about 2021, essentially, in this. So I've cut these to 2 by 3. You could, if you wanted, have them at 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So let's say you had pattern paper as your album, and then you would have maybe plain paper as your mat. Then you could have something like that over top of it, or you might, and then have some sort of decorative paper, that is, and then so you could have a smaller border. But since I have this, I wanted to actually still be featured. So, like I said, I may not use all of these, but what I'm going to do is I've got 2 different patterns here. I've got that one, and then I have this one. And I thought what I would do is just to alternate them, or I could have this on this side and this one on the other. So I think I'm just going to alternate them. So I'm going to do all the matting first, so that first layer. You could even skip out some of the matting if you wanted just to glue things down onto this green card. There's nothing that says you can't do that. So I'm going to put that one in like so. So you just have the tiniest, actually, of borders. And then we'll come in with our second one. I'm just going to continue placing the mats down for the front and the back. this is my last mat. Putting on now. Once that's down, I can start deciding just how I'm going to decorate these panels. So now you see how that works. And it's still folding very nicely. Just give it a little extra. And I can go ahead and do my cover next. And that will give those a little time to dry. So what I've done is just cut a piece that is 5 by 6 in this case. Just, it depends on how much you actually want it to wrap around. You don't have to have it this large, but essentially what you're going to do is place it here and then bring your sides up and around. So I'm going to, I could use double-sided tape, or I could use my glue, which I'm going to do. I'm pretty much just going to eyeball it there. Probably gone overboard a bit with the size, but right. Then I'm actually just going to go around the edges. Okay, I'm going to bring in some double-sided tape. And these corners, I'm going to cut them at an angle. About 1/8 of an inch should be enough to keep that. Showing through. You can also hold on to these pieces in case you have any of your chipboard coming through if you cut too close, because you can actually just use them to cover the corners. I don't think we even need to worry about that, but what we're going to do now is to bring that side up like that. And we'll bring that side up like that. Place our double-sided tape. Do it this way. Put some on here. Because this is, of course, going to be glued to those end panels. Just wrap that round, like so. Repeat on the other side. And finally, I'll go around with the bone folder and just sort of rub around those edges. Like so. There's one of my covers complete. Now if I want the same pattern, I can do that on here, or I could even have a different pattern. Do that one off camera, and then I'll be right back. Those are now done. So we can set those aside and go back to the album itself. I could, as I did with these, round the corners on these pieces, or not. I could also use them as perhaps little tuck pockets instead of putting them down as another mat, like a photo mat. So I also could do this, where I could alternate again like I did here, only have that over top of that pattern and this pattern over top of this one, like that. Just mix it up however you like. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have a little play, and I'll speed the camera up a little bit as I go along. You can see what I do, but not have to wait too very long for the result. So I've got some bits and pieces that I've either die cut or fussy cut that I'm going to use to decorate some of these pieces. With the addition of those mats and layers in there now, this is getting very strong, so I'll turn my attention now to getting the covers on. But before I do that, I'm going to take this piece here, the very last one on the back, and that's where I'm going to place my hanger. So I can imagine that that's my back there. I can place my hanger like so in there, and then we'll place our ribbon across there as well. So what I'm going to do is just up in this left hand corner here, I'm going to may come in this way, I think. Just punch a hole in there for the ribbon. what I'm trying to do is just leave pretty much the same exposure on those sides. And I'll flip it over and I'll repeat that on the front. Using again the tape and the glue together. I've finished decorating the cover. I've left the back completely plain, and I've kept this rather simple as well. I've got my 2021 on there, Happy Christmas, a little holly leaf, and then I attached this little gem here, which I think sets it off quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is tie this with just an ordinary bow, and that will hang from the tree if you like, and you can put another hook on there, or you could just, if it'll go around your branch, you could do that. That would be a nice little surprise even for someone. And then you could take it and put it in your tree year after year so that you can remember things from 2021, or forget things from 2021 maybe. But you open this up, and we'll see that it expands just like that, giving us plenty of room to add any photographs, any little mementos. And then when you flip it on the other side, you have more panels again, like that. Now you don't have to just make this for Christmas. This could be a little gift that you could give any time of the year. Might be, say, for a wedding, or for a newborn baby, birthdays, whatever you like. There you have it. I do hope you enjoyed learning how to make this mini album ornament as well. And I hope if you are subscribed that you'll return very soon for more video tutorials. If you are not subscribed, I'd invite you to do so today. Please stay safe and crafty hugs. Bye.